Good. All right, we are live. We are live. We are live here. Let me get everything set up. And I got a special guest today, Omar Muhammad. And brother Omar, are you there?
I am here, brother. How about yourself? Thanks for having me on.
Not a problem at all. I'm glad you could make it today. Let me see here. Make sure you're visible.
Yes,
There we go. I got you. I got you. So it's a privilege and honor to have you here. You know, you mean a lot to me because you helped start me out. But first, let me introduce to the show. Welcome to Real Truth and Power Live, where we get powerful information to uplift the Black community. We got a great show today. As I said, we have our guest, Omar Muhammad. He's a connector of resources for entrepreneurs, and he helps improve and progress in not only business, but in life. I just said he's a mentor and he's a former teacher of mine when it comes to entrepreneurship. And he helped me start my first business. And just to make a long story short, about 16 years ago, I was working for a medical company. I was taking college classes. I was about to get married in 2 weeks, and the company was sold. And I promised myself that I would never again just have a job and depend on someone else. And I got into Omar's program, and he helped me start my first business. That was over 15 years ago. And every time I start a business, he helps me out. So, Omar, let me first start by introducing you to the people. Can you tell them a little bit about your background and experience?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm super proud of you, man. You stepping out of your comfort zone. You doing this? So this is good, man. It's always good to see people, taking an opportunity to tell their story, and I'm glad to be part of your story that you're telling for the community. So born and raised in Baltimore, east side of Baltimore. For those people who listen from Baltimore, east and west side. Went to Dunbar High School, but I actually graduated from Randallstown High. Went to Morgan, got a degree in accounting because I really wanted to know the backbone of a business. So while at Morgan State University, started several businesses. My first business I started when I was 12. So my brothers and sisters and I, we got our start from our parents who said, you know what, it's too many of y'all to get y'all an allowance. That's when the allowance was big.
Right.
So they said we can help you start a business. So they really got me started in this journey of entrepreneurship. And since then, man, I've been starting and creating businesses. Some have been successful, some haven't been successful. So those are the ones that give me feedback, and I can use it toward any current business that I'm working on. So I really appreciate this opportunity and just to share with you and the audience today about entrepreneurship.
Well, before I start picking your brain, because I got a lot of knowledge, I wanted to get your input on this book. It's a book by Dr. Anderson Claude, because I know you're huge into economics and stuff, and I wanted to give a little education, as we always do, to the people.
Yes, yes,
And he has I'm gonna give you a snippet of his book, and it's on page 120 of Powernomics, and I want to get your input on it. It says, "Where does wealth come from? Since Black America's primary problem is the lack of wealth, then a primary part of the solution must be for Blacks to gain wealth. We must learn alternative ways wealth is created and how to capitalize on human needs and desires to gain wealth." Then he goes down and says, "Of the available options, increased business ownership and reparations are the best means for Blacks to gain wealth. Businesses, businesses distribute wealth 6 to 8 times faster than employment." I'm gonna repeat that. Businesses distribute wealth 6 to 8 times faster than employment. We are simply blind to our own wealth potential. And he goes on to say, throughout history, nearly everyone except Black people has seen wealth in race. Black people have responded by enriching every other group but themselves. The secret to creating wealth is to own and control resources, whether they are natural, processed, or human capital. There is no wealth potential in public housing, food stamps, petty crime, drug use, and teenage pregnancy. And this is the most important part I wanted you to talk about. There's no wealth potential in a job. It is the owner and producer of the job who have the wealth potential. And that's Dr. Claude Anderson, Powernomics. Talk a little bit about what that means to you as far as entrepreneurship and the importance of us having entrepreneurs in the Black community.
Yep. So let me kind of. You said a lot, and he said a lot in that book.
Right.
And I would say that people always criticize people that I should not all the time, but sometimes people with jobs are always kind of put out there like, stop working that job.
Right.
They use the job as a way, as he indicated, reparations. Create some type of savings plan if you are working a job. And then there are some opportunities that there may be some potential customers who can really receive the benefits that you are offering. I believe Black entrepreneurship is important because Black entrepreneurs are more likely to hire Black people.
Right. Yeah.
And by building wealth and becoming mentors. So let's just imagine if there were a group of young guys, here in Baltimore, we call these guys who wash the windows squeegee kids. So let's just imagine if we had Black-owned businesses in Baltimore, which we do, but let's say we had a bunch of Black-owned businesses that were scalable, meaning that it wasn't a 1 or 2 person operation, it was a 50-person operation. And these guys who they call squeegee boys, they get to see these guys. So they get to see me, they get to see you, and they're now saying, oh, I want to be an entrepreneur the legal way. So I believe in Black entrepreneurship because it, as Claude Anderson talked about, it does build wealth in our community. It also serves as a model for those individuals, role model for those individuals who want to be part of that initiative as well. And then we're more likely to hire ourselves as we begin to build and scale our business. So I definitely agree with his assessment that Black entrepreneurship is important in our community.
Right. Now, you were one of the first people that I knew that was dealing with teaching entrepreneurship to children, to the youth. And I was actually watching something by Dr. Boyce Watkins. He actually does these flashcards, and one is like for finance, investing. But I know you'll like this one. This is a flashcard for entrepreneurship. Um, Here's a sample one. It's called Producer. Are you still doing that program?
Absolutely. So it's my wife and I. So we do a program where we're teaching youth entrepreneurship, and mostly it's through an annual conference that we do. My wife, Natasha Muhammad, she actually came up with the idea. Actually, she came up with this logo here, entrepreneur, because many times when we went out to talk to students about entrepreneurship, they didn't know anything about entrepreneur. They didn't know how to spell it or say it. So she kind of came up with this. At the annual conference, we really bring resources to empower youth ages, well, I should say from 5th grade to 12th grade. And we give them information from do a business plan, how to get involved with coding, the 3D printing. This year, we had something called YouTubepreneur because many of them have phones. So instead of using this device that you have here as a place where you're on social media all the time, how can you create money from your phone? So we wanted to give them some information about how to do that. So the youth can now begin to do that. So one of the things that we're doing probably in the beginning of next year is how once you come to the conference, how can you go back to your school to create an entrepreneurial society? So we're talking to some principals about creating, how can we come in? How can we create something like a co-working space where we have students learning about entrepreneurship? We have entrepreneurs, legal entrepreneurs in their community coming in and mentoring them. And then we bring some additional resources in, individuals like a SCORE, Service Corps retired executives, or the Black Association, or the National Association of Black Accountants, and to really make sure that those businesses are not just playing business, but they're actually in business. So as part of the efforts that we're working with youth entrepreneurship, we're now going to bring their parents in. Because sometimes we hear from a child and they say, well, I want to start a business, but my parents ain't going to allow me to do that. Or my parents don't understand. Can you talk to my parents? So we want to create an entrepreneurial society at a school where it's a central point and people can come there and learn about entrepreneurship and begin to create entrepreneurships within that community, and then they can branch out. That's empowering them, but also the community as a whole.
Okay, and I'm glad we were on that topic because you're doing something not only for the children, for Black fathers. And I believe it's Black fathers as entrepreneurs.
That's exactly it.
Can you educate us on that?
Yep. I'm a Black father. I know you are too.
Right.
I think men need to begin to take charge of some of the challenges that we're having in our community. And who better to do this as Black fathers? Black fathers can go out and talk to some of these young men and women, and we're entrepreneurial. We can begin to create opportunities to help the young individuals in the community, in addition to help our family. So Black fathers as entrepreneurs is the initiative that I'm currently working on. And, getting Black fathers involved in this work of one being a father and then being an entrepreneur. And this is nothing that we're not bashing anybody about this. How can we help each other build wealth in the community?
Right. I'm glad you said that we're not bashing each other. And you mentioned something about, there's nothing wrong with keeping a job because businesses fail. I just think it's very important. And I remember first thing you told me was, hey, don't be afraid to put yourself out there and just try. And if you fail, come up with another solution, come up with another idea and just research it. Research is very important and push it. But because you need a job. I mean, you need finances. There's nothing wrong with working. But I also feel that everybody should at least try on the side to have a business.
That side hustle, man. You can
Right.
definitely do a side hustle. That's right. And you could depending on what type of job you have. If you have a job where your employer is paying for you to get some training, and you can use that training on your part-time job as well.
Right.
So it's a great opportunity for individuals to begin to utilize the resources that are available to them.
Now, one of the things that you taught me, and you do it a lot in your training, and I got to do a better job at it as a business owner of a couple of businesses now, trying to make it, is business networks. Can you talk about that? How important it is, and some of the things you can do as far as business networks for small business owners and future entrepreneurs?
Yep, absolutely. So you are making it. You're not trying to make it. You're making it, man. We'll put that out there. So I would say networking is always an opportunity. Men and women network differently. So women, they really want to get to know the person before they do business. Oftentimes, men, we go into a networking event and first thing we say, "What you do?"
Right.
You do, But it's all about relationships. There's a book that I'm listening to now called "Never Eat Alone," and it focuses on just that. Never. Sorry about these texts
Oh, I
coming in.
thought that was me.
Sorry about that. So yeah, never eat alone. So it's about building those relationships, and then as you're building those relationships, you're better able now to decide whether or not you want to do business with that person. People like to do business with people they know, like, and trust, even on social media. So networking is a tool. It's a tool that you can use in your business, and not getting out there to meet new people, depending on what your business is, it can be harmful to your business. So you definitely want to begin to go out there and network, especially with like-minded. And if you are a solo entrepreneur, getting out and then you work from home, get out and just meet individuals so that you can kind of hear some of the challenges that they have and some of the solutions that they have with those challenges that you can incorporate within what you're doing as well.
I'm glad you mentioned that because, like I said, that's one of the things that I struggle with is going to networking events and stuff. And one of the things we're going to start doing, I want you heavily involved with Real Truth and Power. We want to start our own networking group. I think it's just important for us as a community to just start networking. Like you said, it's not even about promoting your business. Sometimes it's about pushing other people, networking, connecting other people, and just getting while we're on that, as far as networking, talk about the importance of a mentor, because while you're networking and getting information from other people, you can use those networks as mentorship and learning about about ways of making it in business. Talk about the importance of mentorship.
Yep. So mentorship. I have several mentors as well. And I don't know everything, so I have to reach out to some individuals that can help me stay accountable, but also help me with. Uh, if I have a particular market I'm trying to go into, I need a sounding board. Meaning, I need somebody that can say, Omar, maybe if you try this, or I know somebody in that industry. Let me make that connection. And oftentimes, when people talk about networking and mentoring, it's about building those relationships. And as a mentor, you want to be able to recommend someone that you're mentoring to somebody, but you want to make sure that person has integrity. That person is going to follow through, and that person is going to pay it forward as well.
Okay.
So I've been mentored. I'm mentoring other individuals. So now individuals are now beginning to pay it forward, and that mentor again can be that person that can keep you motivated as well.
Right. That's one of the things I definitely got from you when I was in your classes. You was like, get a mentor. And I got one, and I think you gave me two. I was like, and I got a little bit from each and every one of them. One was training, one was just showing me the business, and it's very important. And then we started networking. So that is definitely something I wanted to make sure everyone knew about, is networking. And which takes me to, back then we didn't have social media as well. I mean, it wasn't a Facebook or Twitter. At least I wasn't aware of it. So
I wasn't either.
we had to do a lot more networking, but it's still very important. Now, if I'm an entrepreneur, or I want to be an entrepreneur, let's say that I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to start my own business. I have some ideas. Talk about some of the training avenues I can take, not just about being a future entrepreneur, but being an entrepreneur today.
So you say trainings?
Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, you talked about social media. I mean, there's a ton of resources online. So Udemy, udemy.com, udemy.com is a great resource to learn about any subject. There are some subjects in there. You just type in how to start a business, how to write a business plan, how to access capital. Our tax dollars are paying for this organization called the United States Small Business Administration.
Right.
And most people don't know that. And I even go there for some resources. So it's SBA, Small Business Administration. So SBA.gov is a great resource to learn. They have workshops, learn about entrepreneurship. So they have workshops, online workshops. They have live workshops. And then there's an affiliate organization called, I mentioned them earlier, called SCORE. So they have these workshops that they bring on individuals as well. So if I was getting started, I would go to Udemy, the SBA, and then there's another one called HP Life. I don't know their website, but if you just type in HP, like Hewlett Packard Life, they have a whole series on how to get started in business. And all this is online. You can learn from the comfort of your home.
Right. And that's, I'm glad you said that, because it's, like I said, it's so many resources now that we didn't have 15, 16 years ago.
I agree.
You know, and that's some of the things that we're trying to do, push a lot of this information online. So I'm a small business owner. I'm getting my training, and I'm ready to get out there, but I'm nervous. I'm a little afraid. I did all of the paperwork. I got everything going, but you know where I'm about to go. What's the best way to have confidence and have a plan? What would I do before I go out there to have everything in order before I make that jump?
So it's interesting. You know, normally I would say just go out there and just do it. I mean, but that's easily said than done.
Right.
What was it said? Yeah, something like that. But now I always say, you know, why are you doing the thing that you're doing? I mean, is it because you want to retire yourself? You want to retire a spouse? You want to take a vacation? I mean, what is it that you want to do? What's that thing that if you were not getting paid, that you would do it for free, and post that somewhere. So for me, the reason why I do the things that I do is because I want to be free. I want to remain free, and I want to get my family free. So what does that mean? That means that when I want to travel or I want to take time to go somewhere, I don't want to be the only one. I want my family to be with me as well. So as I begin to think about those opportunities out there, I'm thinking about being free and staying free.
Right.
And so I would recommend individuals to, I know we oftentimes, and me too, you know, I get sometimes that way where I'm getting ready to get started, and we need to get away from that. Or we need to find a way or find some tools that can help us get away from that. And I think, you know, having a wise statement, but also having that mentor and an accountability partner that can kind of coach you along the way. The other thing I would recommend is personal development.
Mm-hmm.
Every day, every morning, when you get up, excuse me, there was a study that was at MIT. Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and they say for every six negatives, it takes one positive to really get rid of all six negatives. So that's a lot coming into us on a regular basis. Then we got the social media, we got the stuff that's happening on the news. So how do we put self-development within our mind So regardless of what happens, we can reflect back to that. So I would recommend every morning, do some type of meditation, find some affirmations either online or some affirmations that you come up with, and then begin to read positive books. I like listening to Les Brown, Jim Rohn, and Lisa Nichols. I mean, they get me motivated, get me started. Tony Robbins may be your person that you go after.
Okay.
Whomever it is, personal development has to be a tool that you use not only for business but for life as well. And then I just use my mantra. Come up with your mantra. Mine is improve and progress.
Right.
Now, when people, ask me how you doing, and I'm improving and progressing, regardless of what's happening, I'm putting that out there because that's the energy that I want to attract back to me.
I got you. Now I'm gonna ask you how important this item is, and it's probably gonna bring together everything you said. You probably mentioned a lot of what this details and everything you said. How important is a business plan? And talk about some of the main things that they need to focus on when doing a business plan.
So back then, I wouldn't
Right.
say the business plan was important. I mean, I think it still is, but I think we need to get out of the getting ready to get started.
Okay.
People put together these business plans and sometimes don't do anything with it.
Right.
I think the important things are a couple things. One, identify what need you're addressing or what challenge you're addressing in the marketplace. And don't you think about it, go out there and start talking to people. So let's say, for example, this Black fathers as entrepreneurs. Before I thought about this idea, but I'm like, man, how can I validate this to see if this is a problem that other people are having? So I put together a survey and I was asking people, do you think that a podcast would be good? Do you think a conference would be good? How much would you pay for the conference? Would you be part of a Facebook group or something like that? And they came back and I got some good feedback. So oftentimes in the past, it was like we came up with the product or the service and we said, you need this. We need to get out of that and say, all right, I came up with this product or service. Let me validate to see if people actually want to buy this. Because if people are not buying it, you're not going to be in business for long. So I would first start there, validate your project, and then I would focus on putting a team together, and then focus on how to get the product to the customers and how the customers can find you, and then figure out a way to make the money. How are you gonna make money from this? It's not, and even nonprofits make money. So I'm not gonna say it's a nonprofit. So
Right.
how are you gonna make money?
Right.
And pulling all of that together will help out with your business plan.
Now I'm a business owner, you know what? And because we're talking about people that we want them to try to start businesses, I'm a
Yes.
inspiring business owner. How can I go about getting capital?
I would say again, it depends on the industry, and that's why the job is important. Because the job can help fund your dreams as well, where you can begin to put together a small business savings account, if you will. I'm not saying put it in a bank. I'm saying every paycheck that you get, put a little aside. There are some banks that do small business loans, but many of them are looking for good credit, if you will.
Right.
I'm learning about the process of business credit, how you can begin to set your company up and your business begins to establish credit by going to certain retailers.
Yeah.
That way you don't necessarily have to use your personal credit. I was talking to somebody earlier today, when I started, or when my daughter started her business, her nail boutique, I was her credit partner. My credit was good, so I was able to use my credit to get us access to capital. So there may be an opportunity where you can get access to capital from that standpoint. And then family and friends, sometimes family and friends may give you some money, but that may be the last resort. But I think there's opportunities to fund your business without needing that initial capital. And again, it depends on what the business is.
Right.
And sometimes, we don't think about we can fund our business with customers. Meaning that if you're in a consulting business, before I do the work, I'm gonna need 50% upfront, or a third up front, a third in the middle, and then a third once the project is complete. That's the way you can fund your business as well.
Right. I'm glad you mentioned that. One of the businesses that I have that I'm working on now, we're trying to get some credit, business credit, and they were talking about using vendor credit, where you apply, and the vendors may give you, say, for the cleaning business, they give you a certain amount, and you have like a certain amount of time to pay it back. And when you pay it back, they let Dun and Bradstreet know, and it boosts your credit score. And after a certain amount of time, you can actually get actual money after a certain amount of time. So I'm glad you touched up on that.
Yeah.
Now, while I got you here, because you do more than business now, I know you're dealing with life, and you're dealing with a lot of health products and things of that now. And you always on me. I'm running down, I'm working out, but I do slack off, man. I got weight problems. Sometimes I'm huge, sometimes I'm small. So I'm trying to maintain it, Omar. I'm trying to maintain it. But we live and learn. And talk about some of the health products and the health business that you're in now, and how you can help our people out.
All right, so good deal. So three years ago, I used to have this terrible case of bronchitis.
Mm-hmm.
Every March, man, never fails. I would be coughing, my chest tight, having problems breathing, and patient first. That used to be the store I went to. Mm-hmm. Now it's the store, and they used to give me these steroids. Take these, and you're gonna feel better. But it never really helped out. Until I started taking ginger and turmeric. Everybody say, "Well, I take ginger and turmeric." Well, you still got bronchitis, or you still limping. So this product that I'm taking comes from the island of, it's called Wakaya, and it's based in Fiji, not Wakanda, but Wakaya.
Right.
It has some secret elements on it, but on this island, ginger and turmeric just growing wild. So I've been taking those now for 3 years, and now and I've lost, dropped some pounds, burned fat, and I continue to exercise. And right now I'm in my office, and I'm at a stand-up desk. So that kind of helps out as well. Doing squats. So for us, for me and my wife, we wanted to get involved in the wellness business. We start making money, and we're not around. You look at a couple of people. One of my mentors, Reginald F. Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
He passed away. He had all that money at 50. Steve Jobs. I forget what year he passed away, but he got a bunch of money. So I want to be able to preserve our life as we continue to do business. So we got involved in a wellness company. We use the products to reduce inflammation, as well as to burn fat as well. So that ginger and turmeric helps out with the inflammation. We have some. Once you begin to burn fat and lose weight, that's what a lot of these diseases are based off of inflammation. So once you get rid of that, you're able to be. I'm gonna say be good.
Right.
So we have the ginger and turmeric. We have products that are based off the keto lifestyle. We make keto easy with our shake that we have. We also have keto coffee that reduces, for those individuals who have diabetes, it reduces their not blood pressure, but it reduces their blood levels. And then, we do have people who come to us who have high blood pressure. Instead of getting those high blood pressure pills, we have products like the ginger and turmeric, bone and muscle and joint. Wow. So for us, we kind of combine, the wellness company working with you, and just looking at other opportunities all together. Because It says entrepreneurship is a lifestyle. And for us, it's a lifestyle, and health is part of that lifestyle. And eating right. So we're reducing the amount of carbs that we're intaking. The bread, the rice, the pasta. Eliminating the sugar that's coming into our body. Because sugar can be damaging to our bodies. And with that, it's allowing us to continue to do the work that we're doing. Even though we have this company and it's we want to make money, it's really for us now about education.
Right.
This bronchitis that I had, I'm like, I wonder how many other people are experiencing this challenge. Diabetes. I wonder how many other people are experiencing diabetes as well. So this is an opportunity for us to kind of really help people with their health. We got resources to help them with their business as well.
Oh, that's amazing. Let me ask you, when you're talking about some of your products, because I'm always telling a lot of people, as with Real Truth for Power going out, we're starting to talk to people, and the black people, like some of the foods that we're eating in this system, it's just not healthy for us. It's not our culture to eat this food. So I've been cutting down on a lot of things. But what I've been researching is a lot of meal replacements, throughout the day. Protein shakes and stuff like that are very healthy. Do you guys provide anything like that?
Well, we don't have a protein shake. We do have a a meal replacement.
Meal replacement?
Based off of the keto lifestyle.
Okay.
So it has the right amount of nutrients in there for the good fats, the protein, and the carbs as well.
Okay.
So it's this, people think that it's a protein shake. Oh, I know it's really a shake. It's a meal replacement. So every morning I'm putting my shake together, which I include that keto shake in it, my spinach and my berries, and my ginger and turmeric. And I'm good to go throughout the day.
Right. That's amazing. How and you know me, I'm always trying to get an extra step on everybody. If I'm an entrepreneur, or we talk about inspiring entrepreneurs, how can I get into that field? Are you guys helping people get into that field?
You talk about entrepreneurship?
As far as the health products and stuff.
Oh, I mean, they can just reach out to me, and I can share what we have to offer, or they can do their own thing. But if they're interested and they're interested in turning their phone into a money making machine, we can help them out with that as well. So, but it's really about education. And we really got involved with this from a standpoint of how can I help with this bronchitis?
Right.
And I got involved. My wife got involved, and now we're in it to really educate people. And that's what I think business is all about. It's really about you educate people and let them make a decision. Right. And that's what we've been doing. We've been going to a number of events. We went to an event last Saturday. And this lady had type 2 diabetes. So you can get rid of type 2 diabetes if you change the way that you eat and you reduce some of the weight that you have. There's some other factors that come into place. And we were explaining this to her, and I wanted to put her on the phone with somebody who actually got rid of their type 2 diabetes. They don't even take their medicine anymore. And she said, well, I need to research it more. I'm like, research it? Okay. All right, research it and get back to us. But meanwhile, she had a big snowball. I'm like, aren't you a type 2 diabetic? Right. But you got all this, but you research that. And sometimes it's like, people don't, they got to hear multiple times before they think they get it. So we said to her, well, whenever you're ready, we'll be here to help you out. So we'll continue to educate people about the products and services that we offer.
Okay. I'm going to let you go in a few. I got a couple more questions for you, but I just want to talk to all the listeners and the people that see it after it airs. Please hit that like button, the subscribe button. The more likes we get, the analytics help us get out to more people. So we want to just keep pushing the information out there. Omar, we're on Real Truth for Power Live. Talk to me about how you became so passionate about the entrepreneur and the health. Well, you told me about the health with the entrepreneurship, because you've been doing this for a while. And probably at an early young age when a lot of people, wasn't even trying to tell people about being an entrepreneur. How did did you get so passionate about it?
But I want my parents. My parents helped us. My brother and sister and I helped. Start a business. We didn't know the word entrepreneur. We just knew we had a business.
Right.
We had a candy store in our basement, and I kind of took that and continued to carry it through my years at Morgan State University when I was a student, as well as when I graduated. And now my daughters. I got 4 daughters and two granddaughters, and they're the grandkids not yet, but all of my daughters have been involved in entrepreneurship. One is doing it full time, and the 12-year-old, well, I guess she ain't doing it full time, but she's involved with her own entrepreneurial venture. So for me, it's a way of life for me and my family, my wife and my daughter. It's a way of life, and if we can get more people understanding that, like you said, if you do this on a part-time, if you have a side hustle, at least experience the opportunity of being creative and really helping people with a challenge that they may have in life. So I got really enthused and passionate about this at the age of 12, and I'm here to tell everybody, experience entrepreneurship, even if it's a side hustle, full time, whatever you do, just experience it.
12 years old. Let me find out you was a little Jay-Z at 12.
12. Yes, my daughter was that. I recorded her last week.
How old is she now? Because when I started your class, she was what, 6?
Oh no, that's a different one now.
Oh, okay.
My daughter's 22.
Right.
Yeah, she's 22.
Oh, man, time goes by.
I know. Yeah. So my 12-year-old, she started her first business at 5.
Okay.
Yeah, she was basically selling candy. I should say basically.
Right.
She was selling candy.
Right.
And she made money off of that. Not
Right.
basically. And she was able to, you talked about stocks and finance, so she was able to we helped her buy some stocks in a mutual fund so that she could begin to build her wealth early on. Man,
I got a couple more. I know I got to get you out of here, but you just mentioned something, and we're going to be doing some, and I'd love to get you involved in it. Just teaching our community about stocks and bonds and investing and how important investing is, because I didn't even take the 401k seriously when I was at work, and now I'm on my own. I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm like, oh snap, I don't have anybody to match things, so I had to start asking mentors and stuff how to invest and I had to learn it myself, which winded up being better than me putting it in for my job, even though I recommend if you have it at your job to do it. But what are your talk to the listeners about the importance of investing?
Oh yeah, the stock market. Most people think about the stock market. So the stock market goes up and down, and I would say that depending on your level of security, and I would invest in the stock market, mutual funds, and the mutual funds is that combination of different stocks.
Hopefully we still got Brother Omar there. Can you hear me, Brother Omar? We may have lost him. Hopefully I can get him back. Let me see what's going on here. Try to get him back to end the show. But he was going on talking about investing. And I think that is so important for us to try to get somehow, especially if you're an entrepreneur, to get to get investing going on. So hopefully I can get him back. But it's very important for us as a community to invest. I got you back, Brother Omar. Oh no, you're fine. But I still can hear you. So what I wanted to do is what I wanted to do real quick is just to close out so you can leave your information for the people. And we may have lost them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the show. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask everybody to look under the links in a few minutes on our YouTube. And I'm going to have all of Omar Muhammad's information, how you can get his health products, how you can get more information on starting your business. Let me see if I can catch it one last time before we close out. You there, brother?
Got me.
All right, sorry about that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was actually about to close out. I didn't know if I was going to get you back, but what I wanted to do was, let me see if I can get you back on the picture. What I wanted to do was just talk a little bit about how people can contact you.
Okay. All right. So, for me, I'm like you, keeping it real, man. My cell number is 443-739-8955. That's 443-739-8955. They can also email me. My email is Omar, that's OMAR, at improveandprogress.com. That's improveandprogress.com. So yeah, that's how they can reach out to me. And if you're reaching out to me, just let's make sure that you're reaching out, and we're going to really support and develop one another. So Everett, I really appreciate you inviting me on this opportunity. And man, I'm super proud of you, the work that you're doing. Continue to do what you're doing, and let me know how I can help out. Continue to help out.
Oh man, I appreciate you. You're my inspiration because you got me started, and I'm always asking you every time I get a business idea to I run it past you, and you give me an honest opinion, and we talk as well. Before I let you go, just because of your knowledge, and I appreciate you for coming in and supporting our podcast. Can you give inspiring entrepreneurs what would be your advice for them to continue on?
Oh, continue to improve and progress, man. That's my thing. That's my thing. Never stop learning. Always use, every situation as a learning experience. And, just have that positive mindset. If you say you can't do it, guess what? You're not going to do it. But if you say that you're going to be great and you're going to get it done, guess what? You're going to be great and get it done. So I would have that self-talk with yourself and that positive talk as you begin to continue to operate your many businesses, your empire. Without your positiveness, it's really hard out there. So I'll leave people with just continue to have that self-talk and that just be positive in everything that you do.
All right, man. Thank you again. I'm going to push all your information, and once we get this streamed up on YouTube and everything, I'm going to put your information on the description as well, so they can contact you. And like you said, improving progress. And I'll talk to you soon.
All right, bro. Peace.
All right, that was my man Omar Muhammad. Blessed to have him on the show. It's a phenomenal show, Real Truth and Power. And before I let everybody go, we just want to talk about a few things that's very important. We have a website that's coming out. The website is going to be all about positivity. It's going to be all about supporting Black-owned businesses. We have a free Black-owned business directory. And, that's going to be very important for us to promote each other's businesses. I'm going to keep telling this story about how I went around and I couldn't find a mechanic shop that was Black owned. And what really disturbed me, I went and got some fried chicken. I couldn't even find a fried chicken Black owned restaurant, just to get a chicken box. I had to go to a place that was owned by Chinese. So we want to make sure that we can support each other. And like I said in the book Powernomics, for those that don't have it, you got to get it. It's a must read. Dr. Claude Anderson is talking about how black businesses is a way to build the economic community up, build us up economically. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in, and stay tuned. We got a lot of other stuff coming out. It's going to be phenomenal stuff coming out that I know you guys are going to love. More material. We had Al Woods on there the other day, the college recruiter. You can catch all of these on our YouTube. And again, our website will be out soon. We got a blog. We're going to be talking about investing. All of this stuff is just positive material to get it out to the black community. So I want to say hotep, keep it real, real truth and power. And we're out of here. Stay tuned for our next podcast coming real soon. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. We out.